Well, Rise and Grind DMV, happy Sunday. We are waking up to cloudy skies across the area, and as we ring in the fall season, we're going to be tracking those cooler temperatures. So keep it here. We'll have a full look at that forecast coming up.
And this morning on DC News Now, a man shot and killed by Montgomery County officers. What police say led up to that shooting. Plus, a car crashing into a building in Arlington, causing major damage, what the business is doing to recover. And a DC restaurant under fire after an alleged hate crime, the latest on that coffee shop.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to DC News Now. Thank you for joining us for this 8 o'clock hour of the news. I'm Tosin Fakile. Let's head on outside, giving you a live look. This is looking towards Roslyn, the Arlington area. You can see it is kind of foggy out there. Guess what, people? Summer is over. It is the first day of fall. Let's go. Let's go. Brittany and Orange to mark the occasion for us today.
I did not plan this.
Goodbye, summer. Goodbye, summer. Hallelujah, fall. I mean, I don't necessarily like how this fall day is starting.
Yeah.
But
I will say this. We still have technically 44 minutes until fall. It's only 8 o'clock. Fall comes in at 44. 8:44.
We'll resume this excitement in 43 plus minutes.
43 plus minutes.
That's right. All right. All right, Brittany. So it was raining this morning. There was a bit of a light show as I was driving in. It was lightning. It was thundering. Is this what we're dealing with all day?
The good news is no. Okay. However, the clouds, yes, they're going to be sticking around. The good news is our friends out towards the west, like the Hagerstown area, portions of Martinsburg, West Virginia, you guys have a better chance of seeing some peaks of sunshine, but closer to the district, yeah, we're going to be dealing with mostly cloudy skies through much of the day today. So satellite and radar kind of showing you the overall picture, those showers and storms that moved through late last night into the overnight hours, now rolling out of our area. We do have, though, a stalled boundary just south of Virginia, and that's going to be the reason why we're going to be seeing the clouds closer to DC as we head through your day today. Now, temperature-wise, not looking bad. We have started to drop here in the nation's capital. Most of the morning, we were sitting at 69 degrees. Now we're down to 68. Still holding on to the 70s, though, there in Lexington Park. 65 as you head over there to Hagerstown. 63 currently in Winchester, Virginia. But you factor in those dew point temperatures, yes, it is still a bit muggy when stepping out the door. And as you head further off to the west, right along I-81 and just west, we are seeing some dense fog at this hour. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of that first day of fall forecast, Tosin, and what to expect coming up.
All right, Brittany, thank you. We'll check in with you in just a bit. 8:02 is your time, and new this morning, a man is dead after being shot by Montgomery County police. Police say they were responding to calls for an alleged assault on Jane Road just before 8 last night when they saw a man holding an object and approaching officers. Investigators say the man was told several times to drop that object, but he didn't comply.
Individual did not comply with the officer's commands. That individual approached the officer along with other victims who he had allegedly assaulted before officers arrived. The officer then fired at the individual and he was shot on scene.
We're told by police that man died at the scene. Montgomery County Police did not identify what that object was that the man was holding. Maryland's Attorney General's office is handling the investigation. The name of both the officer and the man shot, and any body camera video is expected to come from Maryland's AG's office. And still in Montgomery County, a 17-year-old was taken to the hospital after a shooting between two groups. Police were called to Watkins Mill Road in Montgomery Village at about 5:45 yesterday. Investigators say the teenager was hit by a bullet and was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. We're told several cars were also shot up. No one is in custody, and police believe it was an isolated incident. In Capitol Heights, police are investigating a deadly shooting. Officials responded to Xenia Avenue. This was at about 1 o'clock yesterday morning. Police found a man who was shot. We're told he was taken to the hospital where he later died. 8:04 is your time on this Sunday, and in Virginia, two Pentagon City businesses are working to rebuild after a car crashed into their building. Our Dave Laval spoke to business owners and has the latest on the recovery efforts.
The cleanup has wrapped up here on the first floor at the Lenox Club apartment building, as there's still no word yet as to what caused a driver to crash into two businesses.
All of a sudden you hear like a boom. It sounded like an explosion.
Maha Hamden recalls the moments a car slammed into her posh salon and Lenox Nails next door.
I thought I died. I literally thought like there was a bomb and the building exploded and that was the last of it. I thought we were dead.
Hamden took care of a client when a driver careened into her shop shortly after 1 p.m. Saturday.
Glasses flying everywhere, smoke, gas.
Hamden says the car caught on fire as people passing by helped the driver out of the car before firefighters arrived.
Crazy. You wonder what happened, like how a car could jump the curb and be inside of the salon so quickly.
Arlington County firefighters took the unidentified female driver to the hospital with serious injuries. There's been no update on her condition. No other injuries have been reported. Meanwhile, Hamden is not worried about what she'll do next.
I'm taking a vacation. That's what that means. You can't work.
This is the second time the building has been involved in a crash. A bus slammed into the south side of it back in March 2017, which injured 3 people, though none of them seriously. In Pentagon City in Arlington, Virginia, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Dave, thank you. Staying in Virginia, Fairfax County Police are investigating after a pedestrian was hit by a car. It happened at about 8 last night near White Post Road in Centerville. Police say the man hit died at the scene. And we have an update to a shooting on Quarles Street we told you about yesterday. Police say the man was killed following that shooting in Northeast. Officers responded to Quarles Street at about 11 Friday night. Police have not released the name of the victim. There's also no word yet on any suspects. In D.C., police say the officers who shot and killed violence interrupter Justin Robinson are now back to work, but those officers are not fully back on duty and are not in uniform. The 2 D.C. police officers allegedly shot Robinson at least 10 times after he was found unresponsive in his car. Police claim when Robinson came to, he reached for an officer's gun. Police also say Robinson had a gun next to him in the car. Robinson's family is asking the Department of Justice to charge the officers involved and investigate D.C.'s police practices. Happening tomorrow, MDOT is offering free rides to celebrate World Car Free Day. People will not have to pay to take the local bus, light rail, metro, MARC train, commuter bus, and mobility paratransit system. They're also encouraging drivers to join in by leaving their cars at home and taking transit. World Car Free Day is an initiative that encourages people to take a break from driving and explore greener alternatives to getting around. And staying in Maryland, Prince George's County officials are helping people learn more about living healthier lifestyles. Yesterday's Health, Wellness, and Opportunities Expo in Capitol Heights showcased the latest health tech and connected people with health resources in the area.
Wealth, and I think we need to do better to really support our community health agencies. I think we need to be more accessible. A lot of people just don't know where the resources are, and I think we need to really just do a job of providing those resources so everybody can get the same information.
People who stopped by the expo got free health screenings. 8th Street was packed yesterday for the long-awaited 8th Street Festival. That festival returned for its 19th year. The 12-block festival had music, fashion, and food. What started as a block party back in 2005 grown into an event that sees over 150,000 people. Some people told us the festival allows them to find hidden gems in the district.
A lot of black vendors, a lot of black shops down here that we might not be familiar with, a lot of up-and-coming vendors that's starting their brand that are introducing it to the black community.
Local business owners say they look forward to the festival since it kicks off their busiest days. It's one of their busiest days of the year. All right, 8:09. Hey, Brittany, how are we shaping up?
Overall, Tosin, not going to be bad as we head through the rest of your day today. Yes, we're going to be holding on to the clouds, but not looking too bad. It will be cooler. We're tracking upper 60s right around that 9 o'clock hour, lower 70s though. As we head through lunchtime, notice cloudy skies will be the trend as we head through much of your day today. Then it looks like we start to see a break in those clouds, but highs will struggle to get out of the lower 70s. So keep it here. We'll have a full check of that forecast, Tosin, coming up.